some of the hot spots, you know, the 25 properties down in the south end of town here. As that profile of the river changes, the hot spots are actually, as the profile of the river changes, it's going to actually get it's going to get lower in the south end of town and higher, well, throughout this part here. So Kingston Row will become the next hot spot, and probably a few more properties on Scotia.
Scotia to quite a lesser extent than previously, is that
yes,
correct?
Yes, we've been doing building clay dikes out there for the last 4 or 5 years, and so we've got there's probably only a couple low-lying properties now.
Right.
So what do you expect for this weekend?
For this weekend? Well, Scott and I, we haven't even had a chance to sit down and talk about this. We're going to probably do it this afternoon and identify the next set of, as he said, phase 2 of the work.
Scott, could we borrow you just for a second? Just a run through of the map here and the hotspots for the weekend that would be discussed earlier. Obviously, St. Norbert, Cloutier Drive, Christie Road, St. Pierre, still very much the focus.
They're still active right now. Yeah, there's going to be less on those on Saturday. More of it will be focused on Lord on Saturday.
Lord Avenue.
Lord Avenue. Yeah.
Yep. So any calls for volunteers most immediately will very likely be focused on Lourdes.
And there's a few other individual locations.
Is the city prepared to provide transportation for volunteers? Is there a meeting point where they're then bused?
There's a volunteer center. You know what, I'm going to get, if there are questions about volunteers, Randy's probably the...
Okay.
Randy? Answer some questions about the volunteer center.
I was just asking the question.
Meeting people.
Yeah, right.
No, the logistics.
As far as transportation, like, is there like a meeting point, and is the city prepared to bus people in en masse, sort of a thing?
Yeah, we do provide busing. Actually, there's 2 options, and it's sort of like 50-50, depending if people can get to the location and if there's parking available.
Right.
The issue would be, 1, the traffic safety for the area.
Right.
And number 2 is whether there's enough parking for people. So what we tend to do is, at the Sam Southern Arena on Osborne, people will park their cars there and then take a bus in. Or if they come by bus, we bus them to the hotspots, and there's sort of a shuttle. It runs about every half hour to an hour.
Okay.
Depending on the need, we actually get people on site phoning in saying we'd like to have the bus come back and pick up the volunteers.
Right. So especially for young people who may not have a vehicle or access to a vehicle.
Oh, it's no problem. There's busing provided.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. And 311 again can explain details on.
Yeah, 311 is good at triage when you're available, when you can come. So we don't give you on the phone where you should go. You have to go to the reception center because it changes. It's very dynamic. People need to go to the reception center, find out where the need is that minute, that hour.
Right.
And if they can drive there and there's parking, we'll let them drive there. If not, we do bus them in.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thanks.
And just taking a quick scan here of the 311 Flood Fight Control Center. It's operated by the City of Winnipeg. You see here people working very hard. We can't show you the screens because they contain valuable private property information. Keep that confidential. To my right, there's a 2011 flood scenario at-risk properties map. Map is about 7 feet by 5 feet. Again, we can't show you that as it displays some sensitive private property information. It's quite a comprehensive map showing about 509 at-risk properties for 2011's flood.
Okay, and those houses are flooding or whatever's going on. So they're not going to place them this weekend, maybe? Not even?
They're in the next stage.
Okay.
Yes, the next phase.